It has been 2 years since you guys have been in the playoffs, and those playoffs were in Orlando. Oh, no, they weren't. Sorry, you had the partial crowd ones. Does this feel more like the postseason, kind of, that you know?
Yeah, I guess in the sense of traveling. Tomorrow, you get a better insight of it just from the fan base, but as far as preparation and things like that, it's kind of been the same. Anytime you're in the postseason, obviously the preparation wants to stay the same and heighten. But, I think from, fans and traveling, things like that, kind of getting back to normal.
How is your sense of what this team is capable of doing changed over the course of the year?
I'm very confident in our team and our group, with the guys that we have, the coach staff we have. We do a good job of preparing, getting ready for teams. This is no different. But as long as we stay together and we defend, not really more so worried about the offensive end. We can score. We got to come out and defend, especially in this series. Their guys are playing with a lot of pace, have a lot of shooting, offensive rebounding. So we got to defend and rebound, and we'll try to limit their all-stars, their guys, and if we're able to do that, then we put ourselves in a good position to win.
AD, considering the run you guys been on for the last 30 games or so, and the top 2 talent, championship talent, and LeBron, does it feel like a 7-2 matchup? Like, how do you view the seeding aspect of it? Are you guys the underdogs?
Yeah, we're a 7 seed, so technically, but when you get in the playoffs, man, it's 0-0. I think seeding doesn't matter. Once you get in, it's all about matchups and things like that. So, we don't look at ourselves as the underdogs, obviously. We knowing that this team that we're facing is a really, really good team. They're second for a reason. So, and that was with and without Ja. So, we got to come in locked in, prepared. But, we don't really look at the seeding. Our goal this season was to get in. Wherever we, got into, and now it's all about matchups and going out and trying to get game one.
Do you feel like you guys have a better advantage with a healthy you and LeBron playing against this Memphis team?
Yeah, anytime me and LeBron are able to get on the floor together, obviously our chances heighten as far as winning basketball games. But like I said, it's a good team. We know they're not healthy, missing some guys, but they're still capable of beating us. And so we have to be mindful of that. But, anytime me and Brian are able to step on the floor, it always causes a threat.
AD, I know you're focused on the defensive side, but Jaren Jackson Jr., one of the few guys who can impact the team defensively in a similar way that you can off the ball. Just what have you seen from him in the games and kind of the keys to not let him stay off his guy too far and help everything in the paint? What are some ways to combat that?
We have some things for it. I'm not going to say it, to get back to Memphis and things like that, but we have ways, to kind of combat what he likes to do. He likes to roam and help off of guys and, weak side shot blocking and crowding up the paint and things like that. So, we talked about it, and we'll be ready for it.
Have you guys spent a lot of time looking at that third quarter Ja had against you guys?
No, obviously we watched some of it in all the games that we played against them. But, our coverages was different then. Obviously, like I said, regular season is a lot different from playoffs. Coverage is going to change. Personnel is going to change. Obviously, we didn't have Bron. But we'll be ready for it. His pick and rolls, he's really good getting downhill. His right to left cross and his launch pad. So we'll be ready for it.
Well, first of all, it's definitely an honor to be a part of the postseason. You never take that for granted. So, we're excited to be a part of this one. And just trying to put in the proper work for our opponent. A lot of respect going into our opponent. So, a lot of work needs to be put in.
There were times when, talk about being in the postseason, there were times I'm sure with this group, at times 6 games under 500, it didn't look like that was going to be a possibility. When did it click for you that this was not only a playoff team, but maybe a team that, had a real chance?
Just trying to play, string a few games, a couple weeks, of good wins or just good ball period. Sometimes you can play great basketball and still lose a game. So it's not always about the wins and losses. Obviously, that's what the business we're in, but just seeing the consistency of good basketball. So you know, we started to play some really good basketball, you know, after the break, and you know, you can kind of see that we could, you know, definitely make the postseason and be a pretty good team.
Hey, LeBron, Memphis, Lakers have a lot of fans here in Memphis. Do you guys kind of feed off that, or you kind of block it off, you know, during games?
No, I think our focus is just on, you know, the job at hand. You know, obviously, anytime we're able to get some of the Laker faithful on the road, it's definitely an honor for sure. But, you know, the job at hand and the game is won in between the four lines. So you got to maintain that focus.
Bro, you know, just being in Memphis, I know that you listen to, you know, Young Dolph. What's that like, being back in the city and just knowing the music?
You know, obviously, Young Dolph is definitely, you know, someone that's done so much for this community, and you know, his music will forever live on. But obviously, we know, you know, it's the home of rhythm and blues as well. So many great musicians that come from this town, and so being a huge music guy myself, you know, it feels good to be a part of a city that has so much culture in the music.
LeBron, understanding that you're going to play the right way, take what the defense gives you, are there times in a postseason series you or AD that you know really exploit a mismatch advantage and kind of, you know, even if they're trying not to have you get to that spot, that you or he are gonna keep kind of spamming that kind of action?
Well, I mean, you have a game plan going into games, and you want to work that game plan as close to a T as possible. But you know, obviously, there's games that you have to make adjustments, and you know, we got to do whatever that's going to benefit our ball club. So you know, we'll see as the game goes on.
Is the West still wide open to you? Is that part of the excitement of being in the playoffs? Does it feels like there could be an opportunity here? West is.
I think it's 16 teams in the postseason. There's an opportunity for all 16.
Back, you said when being asked about maybe not being a top 4 seed in the East, you said, anytime I come into your building for a game, I want it to be a challenge for your team. How do you view starting a series on the road, being the 7th seed against the 2 seed?
I don't view it as much of anything because at the end of the day, everyone's record is 0-0 now. You know, and we're playing against a very worthy opponent, and we respect them a lot. So we just got to be ready for the challenge.
What's your message to your young teammates like Austin, D'Lo, Vando, guys like that, Beasley? How does the playoff?
Listen, just go out and have fun. Go out and hoop. Don't change much of what we've done. Those guys have been playing exceptional basketball, so you know, don't put too much added pressure on yourself. You know, at the end of the day, it's still just basketball.
Does it get old for you going to the playoffs?
No, never.
What did you miss most about not being in the playoffs last year?
Watching it. I'd rather play it than watch it.
How important is transition defense going to be in this series?
Man, that's important in the NBA, period. Teams try to find a way to score before defense is set. And, you know, that's just a part of basketball in general. I mean, all the way back from when I started playing basketball, getting back in transition or getting back and finding a man. So that it stays the same.
Do you see an experience from y'all's standpoint versus a young team like the Grizzlies?
No. Both teams are very well coached.
LeBron, how has Luke Kennard since coming in? How has he really changed the dynamics of this team's offense, especially in the half court?
Luke is a great player. He has a dynamic to their team, so we got to respect that, and we got to respect everybody in the Grizzlies uniform.